ancient rules or customs, especially in Russia, for the noble class. If there is a problem, then they will hold a one-on-one duel with firearms. However, the match can be carried out if their groups must be the same. Note with nobles.
Я застрелю вас, если вы сделаете еще движение.
Хотя бы и убейся.
Welcome back everyone. Today we will discuss and summarize the movie to make it easier for you to follow. This will save you time so you can do other activities. Don't forget to subscribe first. Make sure to click the bell icon because there will always be something new at 10 p.m. Okay, let's go. Enjoy watching.
This time, we will bring you a movie with a classic theme. And the age of the Russian nobility in ancient times. In the past, humans were categorized by various levels. The highest was the nobility. Where this group has a problem in a place, they will conduct a duel to solve the problem. Starring famous actors and actresses. This movie managed to get a pretty good ranking on major platform sites. The beginning of the reading of the sanctions for Yakovlev. This sanction was actually created or scripted by Beckheim himself. Yakovlev was accused of killing the nobleman Vostronisov so that he was stripped of his lieutenant rank and his noble helmet. It didn't stop there. He also had to receive torture by Bekhemysov's men.
Мне нельзя говорить нет.
In an evening conversation, Yakovlev and Bekhemysov were at the same table.
Честь требует крови.
At that time Bekhemysov told Yakovlev to learn dueling. But Yakovlev didn't want to. That's where Bekhemysov took offense. And mocked Yakovlev's mother. Without saying much, Yakovlev pointed a gun at Bekhemysov. Then taunted Bekhemysov back, that a man like you doesn't deserve a duel with a gun. But it is from wood that you deserve to duel. And left him. After that, Bekhemysov got even angrier and wanted to shoot Yakovlev. But his friend held him back. After Yakovlev left, Bekhemysov ordered his friend to judge him and stripped him of his lieutenant title Yakovlev. One night, Yakovlev arrived at a theater. There he demonstrated his skill in shooting bullets. In his first attempt, he shot at a nail on a wooden board that was less than 2 inches in diameter. Yakovlev hit it with precision. Without a miss. On the second try, he ricocheted the bullet into his own body. On the third try, he shot a beverage vessel. By bouncing again. And it was spot on. He managed to drop the vessel and received applause from the audience.
Публика понимает.
The first duel, Yakovlev against Prince Rain. The duel was mediated by 2 people from each side to make it fair. At that time, Yakovlev was far from the duel area. And only after completing the preparations was Yakovlev called. The first to get the chance to choose a weapon was Prince Rain. Followed by Yakovlev. 2 of the weapons, only one of which contained bullets. And it turned out that the rifle of the Prince Rain was empty. And his life ended in the hands of Yakovlev.
Я давно проклят. Откажешься от вызова и забью на месте.
The second duel, Yakovlev against Prince Basarjan. The beginning of the incident was when Prince Basarjan was accidentally hit by another nobleman. And the nobleman has apologized. But Basarjan's response was different, he blasphemed the nobleman. Of course the nobleman who has a defect in his hand feels unacceptable. Then Basarjan asked to duel with him. But suddenly Yakovlev came and asked him to represent him. Because Yakovlev knew that the one he invited to duel Basarjan was an old nobleman and had a defect in his hand. The next day, a duel ensued. And once again Yakovlev won against Prince Basarjan. Yakovlev hits Basarjan right in the head.
Я гонолга. Кто меня экзаменует?
Мордвинова, князя Рейна.
It turned out that Yakovlev's arrival was smelled by the imperial envoy.
Сомневаться в моей чести.
How could he not? Just 5 months. He has dueled 5 times and won. Yakovlev was tried in a special room for the emperor's envoy. Yakovlev then asked, "Who here doubts my honor?" That's when one person came forward. And there was no further ado. Yakovlev challenged the duel with a rifle. It was loaded with 6 bullets. And 1 bullet was left out. Which meant there were only 5 shots that got through. And 1 that could kill. But at the end the opportunity was ended by Yakovlev. Because if continued the envoy from the kingdom could die. Because the last chance is the location of the last bullet. Then all eyes were on Yakovlev. They all fell silent. It turned out that he really was a crazy Bansaun, said the emperor's chief envoy.
Сумасшедший, но...
Yakovlev's last duel. After a long time, Yakovlev met the man who had insulted his mother and who had stripped him of his noble title. When he first came to Bekhemyshev, Yakovlev was rejected because Bekhemyshev felt he was not equal to him. But one of the emperor's envoys was there. He hastened to help Yakovlev and allowed him to duel with Bekhemyshev. And recognized Yakovlev. Without waiting long they found a place to duel. After the first shot was fired by Bekhemyshev, Yakovlev did not fall. So quickly Yakovlev returned fire. And it hit Bekhemyshev right in the heart. He then fell down. And victory was in Yakovlev's favor. The revenge was complete. Okay, that's a short movie story from us, hopefully entertained. Thank you.